Foiga with Adelki. And Delki, you are Dominican born, you're married to a French person, you work for the United Nations, you've had a very varied life. Tell me a little about what is that you're doing right now?
Well, right now I'm working for the International Organization of Migrations, IOM. It's a UN agency since 2016. I am a project officer. I am in charge of implementing different type of projects in data migration, but
So
also
let's take a look at the moment you are on the Haitian Dominican border,
yeah.
and there are lots of frustrations because there are so many different conflicting policies. Dominican Republic does certain things regarding the Haitian population and has an impact on the other side of the border.
Yes, the border between Dominican Republic and Haiti has many challenges. One of these challenges is the human rights situation at the border, but also the lack of infrastructure in the states that has an impact because less state present. That also means like an increase of transnational crime. And also there is a challenge between the international cooperation between Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Now, there are four official border crossings, but that's the four we all think of, but this is not a normal border. This is incredibly porous.
Yes, 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 indeed. IOM did a study and they identified four official border crossing points and more than 96 non-official border crossing points.
How many unofficial?
96.
96.
Yes.
Wow. So these pose major challenges of migration and people moving between entities. But you mentioned that there's a human rights component.
Yes. Yes. It means that, okay, when you talk about non-official border crossing points, it means that it's illegal to cross through those points, but also it means that there is less state presence. So if there is a human rights violation, it's difficult to report and to follow up, and also it's very difficult of access, even though the island is very small.
But let's focus for a second on why do people move jurisdictions? Why do people cross from one place to another place? Where there's a root fundamental challenge. What do you think some of those fundamental challenges truly are?
I think that one is the access to health and education. People can cross the border because they think that in the other side they will have more job opportunities, education, and access to health. But also it can be, it happens a lot between the border between Dominican Republic and Haiti, that they just cross the border to daily commute. They just cross to buy goods, the Haitians, and they come back to Haiti to sell those goods. So there are really many different reasons. There is also um, I think that there are four binational markets. So Haitians are allowed during certain days. I think that in one a month is on Tuesday and on Thursday, or on Friday or Monday, that they can cross to the other side of the border to sell their goods. It's
So
binational
economic.
because Dominicans and Haitians are together to sell what they have to sell at the border.
Also, one of the things with border crossings, we have the issues of drugs, we have the issues of guns, we have the issues of human traffic. If you have to put it into a type of an order of economic profit centers for the illicit components, how would you structure those?
I think that in my personal opinion, I will place drugs, armed drugs, and then human trafficking.
Why would you place drugs on the top?
Well, I think that drugs is transnational crimes that reports a lot of money to people that are dealing with, but it also the effect of selling drugs and using it, it creates violence and dependence to the people. So it also have an impact on how many arms are trafficked at the border. And then I think that these three crimes with human trafficker, they are interlinked together. You cannot talk about human trafficking without talking about the drug trafficking and also the traffic of arms. Most of the time, when you see a crime scene of um, when you talk about human trafficking, there is always one of the methods of control to the victims is the use of drugs. They force them to
Addiction.
use drugs, and also they use arms to make them to have fear about what will happen if they try to leave that place.
So if we were to look at the problem of migration, irrespective of what country it is in, where are the solutions to Is this something we have to address, or is this something we have to change a policy? What what stand should we be taking on human migration, whether legal or illegal?
Well, most of the time we hear in the news when we talk that the migration is the problem. Migration is not the problem. It's normal that we change from one place to another for different reasons, because our family move, because we want to see what is outside of our country.
Curiosity.
Exactly. Just by curiosity, just want to move from one place to another. So I think that what we have to change is the perception and the fear of what is new to us, and really to try to change the policy to make migration orderly and safe, so we can cross from a border to another without fear of being abused on the way to that place.
Well, we live on a big planet, and it's important for all of us to get to know our planet, to get to know our fellow mankind, because we are human beings on Mother Earth. So thank you for what you've been doing, and thank you for sharing some of your insights. And let's not stop traveling. Let's continue to travel, but let's continue to also address the sacrifices and the challenges that people face in trying to find a way to live, find a way to earn a dignified living. Crime is not how we normally live. Crime is a subset of the big social challenges that has to be addressed. And we have to look at the divide between the haves and the have-nots. And why do people do the things that they do? Why does a mother sell her daughter to a trafficker to go to another part of the world? These are the questions we need to be asking to find the solutions of how to become better human beings. Adelki, thank you so much for being a part of this, and be safe in all your travels around the globe.
Thank you.